most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi there, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we're the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
What
Bob.
a bunch of hooey that is. Today we're going to talk about what every great athlete should do before and after sports.
That's right, Bob.
So, with a sport, what are you trying to do, Brad? You're trying to warm up the muscle. You're trying to lengthen the muscle so it doesn't tear
That's
or
right.
strain. You want to make sure the muscles are at maximal performance.
Absolutely, because you got to get out there and,
Right.
win something, Bob.
So, normally what people would do is static stretches. And I have done a lot of studying of different studies. I don't know how else to put that.
You studied studies.
I've done a lot of research on studies. And, they go back and forth on static stretching.
Yeah, how long do you hold it?
Yeah, how
5
long,
seconds, 30
when.
seconds, 60 seconds?
But generally, if you're going to be involved in an explosive sport, and when I mean explosive sport, I don't mean you eating chili. I mean, I'm talking about sprinting, basketball.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Throwers.
Yep, yours, absolutely.
Yep.
Explosive sport.
Shot put, discus, javelin.
Yep,
those
absolutely.
are explosive.
That was your daughter's, sure, I imagine.
Yeah, well, she bought it for me.
Oh, sure.
She did all of them.
Yeah, she was something. No, she really was.
Well, of course. Yeah. Where's that booyah stick? I'll club you if you start sassing me.
So anyway, these sports, you really want to make sure the muscles are not overstretched.
Right.
And I'm going to give an example of myself. When I was 17, I did the long jump.
Yep.
And I had an important meet, and I thought, I'm going to stretch the heck out of this thing to make sure I'm ready.
Yeah, get good and loosened up.
Yeah, I stretched for a half hour. I'm not kidding you. And when I went to jump, I jumped a foot less than I normally do because I just had no spring. Like there was no rubber band there anymore.
So that excessive static stretch actually weakened the muscle.
Yes.
Not permanently, but...
Right. It rebounds, but it didn't rebound soon enough.
Right.
So
sure.
You really don't want to overstretch. That's why they talk about dynamic stretching.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they talk about doing a slow warm-up,
Mm-hmm.
like an active warm-up. I used to play basketball with this guy, and he always would he'd start doing this. You really slow deep down and do jump shots. Just really deep down.
I don't think they care about
Oh,
this.
wow. Whatever. So anyway, what do you want to do? These are the things, if you're a great athlete, you want to do. One, you can do stretches, but what I've seen in the studies, if you stretch for 30 seconds or less, you're fine.
You're talking about a static stretch.
Yeah, which is what you like to do, Brad, right?
Less than 30 seconds. Less, yes, I do. But, they talk about warming up, getting your heart rate and your core temperature up prior to the stretch.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean wearing yourself up. It's just getting your heart rate up and, getting things warmed up.
60 seconds, if you stretch for 60 seconds on a static stretch, it actually decreased maximal voluntary performance. So the muscle did not work as well.
Sure.
If you stretched for 60 seconds.
Right. So probably some people may not be aware of static stretch. That's like if my hamstring, if I just do this and I hold it for 60 seconds.
Good point.
Versus pressure on, pressure off, or holding it for 15 seconds being much less.
That's probably the best point you made this year, Brad. So you can
Feel
go
pretty
ahead
good.
and stretch, but stretch not very long. You can go ahead and warm up. You want to get the blood flowing to the area. But the other thing that we found is that there was a study on massage guns. And massage guns actually increase your range of motion, which is good.
Yep.
They did it on the calf muscle. It decreased dorsiflexion.
Sure.
But it also did not decrease maximal voluntary performance.
Sure.
So in other words, it was the best of both worlds.
Sure.
And that's what I like to use a lot is the massage gun. I like to pick out the troublesome spots on me, which is my calf muscles.
Sure.
Now, in you, Brad, it's more your hamstring, correct?
Yep. Hamstrings, I do got a
pec.
My left pec muscles give me a little problem with swimming, so I use it on that as well.
So this is a great option for you prior to performing an athletic performance, but it's also one afterwards.
Sure.
Try to help you with muscle recovery. So you want to talk about this gun, Brad? This is our new gun. This is for athletes.
Right.
And this one is this is our most powerful gun.
Right. So, obviously it's a larger gun compared to, compared to like this one,
Right.
which works well for, if you are a bigger person, larger muscles, whatever, you want some good power. The other thing you want to look at is the travel. How far? What do you?
Well,
Well,
for a
can we
bigger
get
person.
serious
Yeah,
here?
okay.
Yeah. So that travel's important
Right.
as well. Now this is a metal head, which is kind of new for us because
Yeah.
most of them are either like this is a firm cushion, this is an airhead, which is softer, not as aggressive. And then there's this bullet head, but the metal one seems to be. This is what because I don't use the metal one.
Well, I'm just surprised, Brad. I thought I was critical. I thought, well, why would plastic be as good as
Yeah.
this? But it does seem to, I don't know if it's mentally, but it does seem like it penetrates better.
For you,
Yeah,
it's from the
yeah.
neck up for
Yeah.
sure. Anyways, let's get it going. Let's show some people. For my hamstrings, what I do, you can do it standing. I don't do it standing because
Right.
I have a hard
You wanna-
time
you wanna-
relaxing
yeah,
that.
you want to relax the muscle if you
Yeah.
can.
So I like to either do it in a seated position where this leg is relaxed. I can come in here. I can use both hands and pull up. And you got a strong gun like this, you can really get into that.
Brad, do you find tender
Hamstring.
spots when you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll focus. I'll work on that tender spot unless it's too tender. It makes me say bad words. Then I will work around it either in front or proximal or distal to that spot. And then as it feels better, work into it. And oftentimes mine are either mid or up closer to the buttock is where I really...
And that's where people tend to tear the muscle.
Sure.
Yep.
But I do want to show this way because I really think that... Can you just hop off?
Sure.
I like lying down on my back. I'll put this leg up here, and
Yeah.
I can relax a little bit more and really get into that muscle. What I do at home is I got a chair, and I put my foot up on the seat pan of the chair as opposed to this. It just works better. But I don't want to put a chair up here. But I think people get
No,
the
that
right
would
idea.
be ideal. Yeah.
Sure.
Brad, would you agree with this statement? So if you do a muscle and you find no tenderness whatsoever on it,
Yeah.
would you use the massage gun on it?
Well, just because it feels good.
Yeah, right.
But
right.
I mean, not for a therapeutic necessarily. But it still is going to loosen up and get
I
blood
pick
flow.
the muscles that actually are sore when I use that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, I'm like, I think that muscle's stretched out enough, and maybe I'll just do some active warm up.
Mhm.
I'll get the muscle warmed up, but I certainly don't feel like, we're busy people. We don't have time to hit every muscle group.
Exactly.
So pick out the ones that are really tender, and those are the ones. My calves are always tender. I
Yeah.
don't know. So
Well, bigger gun, I don't know.
what does that mean?
Yeah, well, I did want to
So-
show now on
Okay.
my pec muscle that one's too aggressive.
That's too
that
much,
metal one.
yeah.
So you go to the airhead and get that in there, and boy, it really is a big difference. And then you can work in. Now this one, I always lay on my back and I'll leave my arm out to stretch that muscle out.
Say, Luke, are you my father? Or what, Luke, I'm your father? Whatever.
Why, Bob? Why? This is serious, but it really gets that because this is the part of the muscle that has the issue.
Right.
And I can work right on there. But it is best, again, when I'm laying
In the
on
right
the floor.
position,
Mhm.
right.
Yep.
So, you could use a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball,
Yep.
and roll on it. A little more awkward. These are really easy to use. You can do it while you're watching TV at
Yeah.
night. I mean, you're a lot more productive.
Well, they are
So-
so popular in the last 2 or 3 years. It's just, if, so many people have them,
Yep.
just not uncommon.
Check it out. We'll have a link below, and I don't know if it's on sale. I never know if these things are on sale.
Well, whatever. I'm sure they can do
Yeah.
it. They'll figure it out.
By the way, if you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us.
yes.
We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain free, and we upload every day. Also, go to bobandbrad.com, go to the giveaway section. Just happens that we are giving away one of our massage guns. And
That's
this
right.
is the beauty. This is the highest end massage gun we have. This is for BVBIs and
Oh, yeah. If you really want to get into those muscles deep, this is the one that's going to work. Oh, yeah.
and it's got the metal head too.
I got one
remember?
right here.
Oh,
yeah. And this is the only massage gun that has the metal head, unless someone came out with one real recently.
Right.
But anyways, they're real nice and they look. It's stainless steel.
So go to the giveaway section of Bob and Brad's, sign up. You can also go to Facebook. It'll be pinned to the top of the page, the contest. You can sign up for it there too.
That's right.
Oh, don't forget our podcast.
Oh, I did forget. It was my job, and I forgot. We have a podcast, and are we going to do a podcast on the guns?
I'm sure. Well, yeah, that we're
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Can you hear that, Tanner? Oh, we're nice. Just
All
having
right.
fun.